Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mehek. I hope you guys are all fine, and like always, I also hope that you guys are reading. Back with the book of the week. It's called Lengdon's Legacy by Tertia Sandhu. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. The book is written and illustrated by her. Now, this book is a collection of folk tales from a very rich but I would say a lesser known community, or at least I didn't know about them. So this book is based or is a collection of folk tales from the Tai Khamti community, which is a community from Arunachal Pradesh. Now, what this book does, it takes you, or I would say it's a very nostalgic ride to the childhood folk tales that you would have grown, reading about or someone reciting them for you. But the only difference is this book or the folk tales in this has a very unique flavor, obviously, because they belong to a community that we haven't heard of before. A quick note on the community, the Tai Khamti community. So I was reading about it. There's a nice introduction in the start on the community that from where they are. So they are from Arunachal Pradesh, and they also have cultural ties to the Southeast Asia, especially to the Thai community from Myanmar and Thailand. Now, the Tai Khamti community is famous for, or I would say is known for, their delicious food, their vibrant festivals, and the beautiful architecture. So this is what the community is known for. A little note on the author as well, Tertia Sandhu. Now she is obviously from the same community, and in fact her family belongs to a very influential family from the Tai Khamti group, and she studied in Shillong. She completed her education there. Then she moved to Delhi to study dress designing, and post that, now I was reading that she's settled in Delhi. That's where she contributes to a lot of articles in magazines and newspapers. And in fact her father was the chief of the Tai Khamti community and also the first parliament member from northeast area. And the beauty of this book is that not only has she written the book, but I think she's added her personal touch with some of the illustrations in the book. As you can see, the illustrations are beautiful. So she's added her illustrations here. So that's on the author. Now, talking about the book is actually, I think, I don't remember the number of the stories, but it's so there are 43 folk tales. It's a collection of folk tales, I would say, fables, legends, from the Tai Khamti community. The beauty is that I was reading in the book that these folk tales told. So in the community, you don't have any written verses. It's mostly oral and stories told from one generation to other. So what you read in this book is actually the tales that have been passed on from one generation to another. And the author says, so there could be a variety of different versions of the same story. So this book is actually a collection of all those folk tales. Some are from the oral verses, some are whimsical, but I think mostly all of them, talks about or has a unique flavor of the community. So the characters, how they dress up, what they eat, all those gives you a nice peek to the community, which was, I think, very interesting. And there also, of course, the folktales are also rooted in some of the moral and the spiritual values. So I would say that if you're someone who is really interested in reading about this tribal community, or a different culture that you have not heard of, or I would say the culture that does not really make it into the mainstream stories, then I think you should definitely pick this book up. However, I would advise you something that I didn't do, and I felt what I did was I just took this book and I was only reading this book. So I read quite a few stories at one stretch. Whereas I think this book is better enjoyed where there are 43 stories. So you could actually read one or two stories every night before going to bed, or, just in your entire day. So I think that is what I would suggest with this book. Otherwise, what will happen is, I think after a while, I wouldn't say that it feels monotonous, but more or less, because they're folk tales, you kind of get a little tired, like you want to just end and move on to the next story. Or you're like, okay, there's not much drama happening, or, there's not like a beginning and then conclusion to a middle and end to it. So I would say that read it in bits and part, and you will absolutely love it. Like, I personally enjoy folktales, so this was my favorite. And I enjoyed all the stories. I think not only the illustrations, but all the stories were very interesting, very quirky, and I think it was like a window, I would say, where you're just peeking into a different home, a different culture, the way of living, and it was very interesting. I went and read about this community as well. So I think I would definitely recommend this book. I wanted to read actually one of the stories, but I think then the review would get really long. But I think you should just go and check this book out. I actually purchased it's available on Amazon, but I actually picked it in one of the books festivals in Ahmedabad. So yeah, that's all on this book. Let me know if you enjoy folk tales, reading about legends, and if there is a particular folk tale from a community that you really enjoy, let me know in the comments. That's all on this book. Thank you.